long ago, the Inuvialuit lands were not as they are today. Instead of countless rivers and lakes, the land was barren and mountainous, and game was very scarce. But the Pingo, or ice hill, called Ibyuk, which today overlooks the town of Tuktoyaktuk, existed already. On its peak lived an Inuvialuit hunter with his wife and son and an orphan girl. The son was the spirit of the raven. One day, the hunter went out to check his snares. He was greatly surprised to find a large sealskin bag filled with water. Day by day, he watched as the bag grew larger and larger. The hunter became very concerned. He warned his neighbors, but they just laughed at him. With the help of his family, the hunter began hauling heavy driftwood logs to the top of his Pingo. There he built a large raft with a cabin on top. Still the sealskin bag grew larger. The man's neighbors ridiculed him even more. One day, the sealskin bag burst. Water flowed from it continuously for days, then weeks, and months. Soon, all the land around the Pingo was flooded. All the people who had laughed at the hunter drowned. Eventually, the flood rose higher even than the top of Ibyuk. The man and his family were left floating on their raft. All around them was a vast expanse of water. After days, weeks, and months, the water still did not recede. One day, the boy, who was the spirit of the raven, asked his father for the use of his kayak and hunting equipment. He wanted to find food and seek dry land. His father agreed, and so the boy, who was the spirit of the raven, set off to explore the great waters that surrounded them. He paddled his kayak for many days until he noticed a small island bobbing up and down in the waves. He approached cautiously, but as he did, the island slipped beneath the surface. So the boy, who was the spirit of the raven, threw his harpoon at the island and caught it on its very top. Now the island could not sink again, and the boy, who was the spirit of the raven, hauled it up from the dark waters. It was Ibyuk, the Pingo. The boy, who was the spirit of the raven, returned to his father and the others and guided them to the Pingo. Gradually, the waters receded. The land was now transformed. Where before it had been lifeless, now it was adorned with clear lakes and rivers. Fish and game of all kinds were abundant. The boy, who was the spirit of the raven, married the orphan girl, and together they had many children. And these children, the Inuvialuit people, grew and prospered.